Picture this. It's 1985, and your dad is hunched over the steering wheel, squinting at a crumpled road atlas that's seen better days. Your mom is navigating with her finger tracing highways, while you and your siblings are packed like sardines in the back seat, asking for the 100th time, "Are we there yet?" There's no little voice telling you to turn left in 500 feet. No satellite guiding your every move. Just pure adventure, wrong turns, and some of the most magical family memories ever made. If you lived through the golden age of family road trips, before smartphones turned us all into GPS zombies, then this video is your ticket back to those simpler, more adventurous times. I'm talking about the era when getting lost wasn't a disaster. It was half the fun. When road trips weren't just about reaching your destination, but about the incredible journey that unfolded along the way. So buckle up, because we're about to take a nostalgic ride back to a time when family vacations were real adventures, not just scheduled pit stops between air-conditioned comfort zones. Remember when your family's navigator wasn't Siri, but your mom with a AAA TripTiks spread across her lap? Those spiral-bound route guides were like treasure maps, highlighting the exact path to your vacation paradise. Your dad would spend hours the night before departure, studying every highway number, every exit, every potential rest stop. And oh, the gas station stops. Not for a quick fill-up and coffee, but for genuine human interaction. "Excuse me, how do we get to Yellowstone from here?" The attendant would grab a pen, draw circles on your map, and send you off with directions that often included landmarks like the red barn after the third hill, or turn left at the big oak tree. Who here remembers their parents arguing over directions, while you kids just hope you'd eventually find that promised swimming pool at the motel? Those heated discussions about whether to take Route 66 or the interstate weren't just about efficiency. They were about choosing your family's adventure. The preparation for a family road trip was an event in itself. Remember when packing the car was like playing the world's most important game of Tetris? Your dad would stand in the garage at 6 in the morning, coffee in hand, staring at a mountain of suitcases, coolers, camping chairs, and that inflatable raft that someone insisted would fit. Everything had to be packed just right, because once you were on the road, there was no going back. The cooler filled with sandwiches, thermoses of lemonade, and enough snacks to feed a small army. Your mom would pack like you were heading into the wilderness for months, not just a week at the lake. And the entertainment? No iPads, no DVD players in the headrests. Just a bag full of books, maybe a handheld electronic game if you were lucky, and your imagination. The car itself became your mobile headquarters for the next several hours or days. Here's something our GPS generation will never understand. Getting lost was often the best part of the trip. Those unplanned detours led to the most incredible discoveries. Maybe you stumbled upon a roadside diner with the world's best pie, or a quirky tourist trap with giant statues of Paul Bunyan. I remember families telling stories about how they took a wrong turn and ended up at a local county fair they never would have known existed, or how they stopped at a small-town museum that turned out to be more interesting than their original destination. These weren't inconveniences. They were serendipitous adventures that became the stories you'd tell for decades. Your parents might have been stressed about the extra miles and lost time, but as kids, we loved these mysterious detours. Every wrong turn was a new chapter in our family summer adventure story. Who remembers the classic car games that kept families entertained for hours? The license plate game, where you try to spot plates from all 50 states. 20 questions that could last half the trip. I spy with increasingly ridiculous objects. I spy with my little eye something blue. And it's the sky. Again, Slug Bug was serious business. The first person to spot a Volkswagen Beetle got to gently punch their sibling while yelling Slug Bug. Road trip rules were sacred, and every family had their own variations. And the singing. Remember when the whole family would belt out songs together? Maybe it was 99 bottles of beer on the wall that drove your parents to the edge of sanity, or classic road trip anthems like On the Road Again. No curated Spotify playlists, just whatever was on the radio or whatever songs everyone remembered. The bathroom breaks were social events too. Everyone would pile out of the car, stretch their legs, and maybe strike up conversations with other traveling families. These rest stops were like little communities of adventure seekers, all heading somewhere exciting. Once you reached your destination, the real magic began. Family camping trips where everyone had a job. Dad set up the tent, Mom organized the camp kitchen, and kids gathered firewood. The smell of hot dogs and s'mores around the campfire. The way everything tasted better when cooked outdoors. Beach vacations where you'd spend entire days building elaborate sandcastles, playing Marco Polo in the waves, and collecting shells that seemed like precious treasures. No need to document every moment with a camera. You were too busy living it. Lake house rentals, where cousins would arrive from different states, and suddenly you had an army of kids ready for adventure. Fishing off the dock at sunrise, playing hide-and-seek among the pine trees, and staying up way past bedtime telling ghost stories. Remember the simple pleasure of a family picnic? Spreading that checkered blanket under a big shade tree, unpacking homemade fried chicken and potato salad, playing catch in the grass until the fireflies came out. These weren't Instagram moments. They were just perfect, ordinary moments that felt magical because you were all together. Every family road trip included stops at those wonderfully bizarre roadside attractions. The world's largest ball of twine. Dinosaur parks with concrete creatures from the 1960s. Mystery spots where water flowed uphill and gravity seemed to work differently. These places were pure Americana, built by dreamers and entrepreneurs who wanted to give families a reason to stop, stretch, and experience something unique. Your parents might have rolled their eyes, but they always paid the admission because they knew these stops were part of the adventure. And the gift shops, those treasure troves of souvenirs that seemed incredibly important at the time. Rubber tomahawks, postcards you'd never actually send, snow globes of places that had never seen snow. Every purchase was a tangible memory of where you'd been and what you'd experienced together. Here's what made those pre-GPS family road trips truly special. They were real adventures that brought families closer together. When you're packed in a car for hours, you learn things about each other. You share stories, dreams, fears, and a lot of silly jokes. You experience the world together, 1 mile at a time. There was something beautiful about the uncertainty, not knowing exactly when you'd arrive or what you discover along the way. This taught us patience, flexibility, and the art of finding joy in unexpected moments. We learned that the journey really was just as important as the destination. Compare that to today's family trips, where everyone's plugged into their own devices, following GPS directions to pre-researched, highly rated destinations. We've gained efficiency and lost adventure. We've gained certainty and lost the magic of discovery. Those old-school road trips taught us to talk to strangers, to appreciate small-town America, to find wonder in simple things. They showed us that family time was precious, that shared experiences create unbreakable bonds, and that sometimes the best memories come from the moments that didn't go according to plan. Those family road trips before GPS weren't just vacations. They were adventures that shaped who we became. They taught us that the best journeys happen when you're brave enough to take the scenic route, patient enough to enjoy the ride, and wise enough to treasure the people you're traveling with. So here's my question for you. What's your favorite memory from those pre-GPS family adventures? Was it getting lost and discovering something amazing? A roadside diner that served the best burger of your life? A campfire story that still makes you laugh? I want to hear all about it in the comments below. If this trip down memory lane brought back some beautiful memories, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss our nostalgic journeys. And please, share this video with someone who lived through these magical road trip years. Let's start a conversation about the adventures we used to call summer vacation. Until next time, keep exploring, keep remembering, and never forget that sometimes the best navigation system is an open heart and a sense of adventure.